Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with the FIA F1 2019 Formula 2 Championship, the Mick Schumacher career mode, and we are back for the Belgian Grand Prix sprint race. And heading into this one, we're doing alright at the moment. We've now built up a 49-point lead over Nick de Vries in second in the championship after what was a crazy feature race kicking off this Belgian Grand Prix weekend. But we're ready for the second race of the weekend. This is probably going to be the least laps of any race in this season, so we haven't got long to try and make progress in this one, but we will certainly give it our all, obviously starting I think from P8 on the grid. Let's do this thing.
We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below. Joining me for the race today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, it's great to have you with us for today's race. Any tips for our drivers out on the track today?
It's a real pleasure to be here, Alex. We are in for a spectacular day in Formula 2. My advice is to stay calm, look after the car, look after the tires, but don't be afraid to push when you see an opportunity. Using the DRS on some of those long straights will be crucial for the driver looking to make a challenge.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
So here we are then on the grid, ready for the Formula 2 sprint race, and yeah, only 9 laps ahead of us, ready for this one. It's just going to be quite a difficult race on that set of the medium compound tyres there, I'm thinking, but hopefully we can just try and keep it clean and tidy and see where we end up at the end of the day. But yeah, starting P8, hopefully we can try and make a good start. That will probably set the tone for this race. But we're ready then on the grid for the Formula 2 sprint race here at the Belgian Grand Prix. It's 5 lights, and it is lights out and away we go. They're getting off to a fairly poor start, it appears, this time around. There, Aitken's going to fly past me on the run towards turn 1 and then completely come across me in the braking zone there. So we've lost out a couple of places off the start. It seems that both the Campos cars have got past us. The hand of rage goes up. I think, are we 3 wide going down the hill? We are 3 wide, so no wonder it's all getting a little bit congested there. 3 wide in towards ROUGE, and Matsushita, he was actually my teammate as well, Galeo, involved in that. And Matsushita was sandwiched in the middle of the framers, but we get a much better run off the exit there in the slipstream. We're going to try and move over towards the racing line, in towards the braking zone. Matsushita keeping the nose there as well, but as we head down the hill, it looks like we've only lost 2 places off the start, which is never really ideal, but there is a huge train forming behind Hubert, who leads the way there. I think we've got someone trying to look up his inside as we head down the hill. Not too sure who that is at this stage of the race. Yeah, I've really got no idea who that is, in all honesty. It's one of... I don't know which car that is, in all honesty. Is it one of the MP Motorsport cars? I'm going to guess it's not Raghunathan, I'll be honest. But yeah, as we head down in towards the final sector of lap 1 though, we've had an alright start. Not quite what we would have always dreamt of, but we'll take it. End of lap 1 though, and we are still all over the back of Aitken. Hubert still leads the way at the front of the field as we head down in towards La Source. But yeah, we've definitely got the pace over a lot of these guys. It's just going to be a case of trying to slip past them when we can. Potentially we can get a bit of a run up ROUGE, but obviously the slipstream is very strong in these cars. We take a bit of an alternate line. I think we've got a slightly better run than Aitken, but I don't think we're really going to be able to do much as we head up the Camel Straight. We are gaining quite quickly. Aitken's aware of it. He's going to go defensive. I'll move to the outside a little bit later on the brakes, perhaps, and we've done it. I'm quite surprised by that one. Aitken tries to keep the nose in there, but we get a little bit of a squirm on the exit, but we do hold on. And yeah, back up now into P9 of this Grand Prix there. Yeah, I'm quite surprised we managed to pull that off over Jack Aitken. I didn't think we were going to get the run. But anyway, next up then is his teammate. It's Boccolacci. Hello, that time round all over the back of Boccolacci as we head up in towards Blanchemont here. We're going to have a look up the inside we go. And nothing really that Boccolacci can do in that situation. On the outside in towards Blanchemont is not a place you want to be, especially if you don't have the momentum. So we're now back up to where we started in this race. And next up is Louis Delatraz. Hubert still leads the way. It's Jordan King applying the pressure there as we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well. Need those bonus points. We certainly need, yeah, to be aiming for as many of those as possible. I mean, there's what, 48 points available in a weekend? If I'm not mistaken, maximum points. Is it 48? I can't quite remember. So I'm trying to do quick maths now whilst on the road. I'm pretty certain it's 48. So we have now actually got a weekend's margin over Nick de Vries, but he is ahead of us in this race. Yellow flags are out. Who's that struggling? It's Guan Yu Zhou. Oh, my lord, what's going on here? Yeah, Guan Yu Zhou out of the race. We try not to gain anything on Louis Delatraz out of that, but yeah, Zhou not too sure what he was attempting to do in that situation, but it has, yeah, actually brought us to the back of Delatraz. I mean, we got no warning from it, so clearly the FIA have had no issues with our little bit of, I think, as Jeff will call it, a creative interpretation of track limits as we head now down in towards Podium. Slow in, fast out. It's so different in these Formula 2 cars in comparison to the Formula 1s. But potentially we can try and do what we did to Boccolacci last lap and try and get a bit of a run out of Stavolo through the final chicane. Trying to open up the throttle, but car not quite sitting happy on the grip. Come on, we need to do this. Yeah, that wasn't the run we had in mind, I'll be honest. That was quite scary. Going through ROUGE here on lap 4. We've got quite a good run this time round on Delatraz, but we are a long way back. Now the DRS are coming to effect. We should be able to make big gains on the Carlin driver here. And look at the overspeed. We've got 202 miles an hour in towards the braking zone there. Pretty even on the brakes. We give him a big squeeze over the curbs. And we are now up into P6 of this race here, just under halfway through. We're starting to make some good progress now. Next up is Latifi, and we need to obviously outscore Dams. Another fastest lap, but Latifi is still quite a way up the road there to make a big mistake through turn 1. And it looks like Delatraz is actually going to get back past us as we head down the hill. A bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. I think he's just about going to be able to slip it in front. We're just going to try and keep the nose in round the outside into a ROUGE. There's a big piece of contact between myself and Delatraz, but we somehow hold on to it there. I'm not too sure why he didn't just turn in, because he pretty much had the whole car ahead, and I was more than happy to bail out if I needed to. But that's cost us a lot of time to Latifi as well. Just coming towards the end of lap 6 then, and I've just seen Latifi actually jump Sete Camera here, so I wonder if Sete Camera is struggling with some issues. Yeah, the way how slow he's going up this straight, he's definitely struggling at the moment there to the outside of Sete Camera, and I think we're going to be released most of the way around the outside of him before we even get to Blanchemont. So Sete Camera clearly struggling. He's held up Latifi a bit in the process of that, but we're past another car now. We're in between our main title rivals over at Dams in the Constructors, but we're doing alright at the moment. Another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We've taken a good half a second out of Latifi, but we need to get onto the back of this train for the lead as soon as possible here. Only 3 laps to go of this race. And yeah, we just need to try and get ourselves within that 1 second margin. Hopefully then we can really start to make big gains on these guys. 2 laps to go now. Another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and we are really starting to get onto the cusp of this front group here. Latifi, I don't think we're going to get the DRS this time round, but hopefully as we head onto the final lap we can get close enough to go for anything. Yellow flags out. What is that about? Is that Sete Camera still struggling, or that appears to be someone else towards the rear of the field? So I don't think we're going to be too worried about that. I think it's Calderon. The gap to Latifi now under 1 second there, as make a bit of a mistake through Stavolo, but we are really, really pushing to at least try and get a shot on him and potentially Nick de Vries in this race, obviously. If we can get anything more out of it, I'll certainly take it, but these are the main two that, obviously, with the title that I'm focused on at the moment here. And, yeah, we're definitely now within the DRS range, unless I make a big, big mistake here. Look at that. DRS now activated. They're still really struggling to get the power down through that final corner there. The gap now 0.8 of a second to Nick Latifi. Can we potentially go for something on this final lap? Just struggling through the source a little bit there. Struggle with the engine brake. The back end really tried to kick out. I'm not too sure if I'm in the DRS anymore. In fact, as we head down in towards ROUGE, completely pinned. I don't think... No, we've lost it. We're not even in the DRS anymore of Nick Latifi, so this is going to make it even more difficult if we want to try to go for anything on this final lap of the Grand Prix there. It seems like Hubert is still defending from Jordan King for that race lead here. I think Hubert won, obviously, back at Silverstone in this series, but if I'm not mistaken, that was his only win so far of the FIA Formula 2 Championship here on F1 2019, but we're just starting to make a few small mistakes here and there. The tyres really, really started to struggle here as we head down the hill. A bit of a wobble there, almost put it into the outside wall, but I don't think, unless Latifi really starts to struggle, we might be able to get something out of Stavolo up in towards Blanchimont, but at the moment we are really, really just trying to hang on in there and see if we can open up any sort of opportunity in towards the final few corners of this race. Another mistake, there we go. It's, yeah, looking unlikely at the moment, but you know me, I don't give up without pushing absolutely everything at it. We're going to go pretty much pinned out of Stavolo there, and we are starting to gain a little bit on Latifi, but I think with him in the slipstream of everyone else, we are really, really not going to be able to do anything as we head up in towards Blanchimont for the final time, in towards the bus stop chicane. I'm sure this is going to be a race victory that a lot of people are certainly going to be happy to see. Through the final couple of corners, Antoine Hubert wins the Belgian Grand Prix here in the Mick Schumacher career mode. We come through at the end of the day for P5 there, but I'm sure, yeah, that is a victory that a lot of people are very, very happy to see.
Here's our winner pulling their Arden into Parc Fermé then. What a fantastic race. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
I think this race was won thanks to the tire management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over the entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they won today.
As they make their way down to the podium, there's no denying the strength of the Arden team. Arden aren't afraid to take risks on new talent, and it certainly looks like it paid off today. Fantastic work. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. The gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race for our championship leader. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day was Dorian Boccolacci. He did a cracking job of moving through the field. Just a very good race.
And now a look at the team standings. There will be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you'll join us at the next race when Formula 2 returns.
So there we are then, guys, the end of the Belgian Grand Prix weekend, and Antoine Hubert does take home the race victory there, and it really does go to show the talent that that young man had in FI Formula 2 and what we probably would have seen in Formula 1 as well. But Jordan King comes home, pushed him all race long, but couldn't find a way through to take P2 there, with my main title rival Nick de Vries finishing on the podium in P3. Latifi in 4th there ahead of myself, 8th to 5th at the end of the day with the fastest lap gives us 8 extra points at the end of the weekend there, with Delatraz holding on to his grid slot in 6th. Jack Aitken and Dorian Boccolacci for Campos round out the point scorers there, with my teammate Sean Galale just missing out ahead of Sergei Sete-Camera at the bottom of the top 10 there. Correa, Matsushita, Giotto, Mazepin, and then we had Eilot, Raghunathan, Beauchamp, Alesi, and then Calderon and Guan Yu Zhou both not making it through to the end of the Grand Prix there. And in terms of that race weekend, though, we take home the most points out of anyone there, 35 to Nicholas Latifi's 20 there. Delatraz and Hubert both on 19 there. Guan Yu Zhou on 18 there, ahead of Nick de Vries on 18. So we made big gains over the course of that weekend, once again, over a lot of our title rivals at the end of the day. You know, that's exactly what we need. And once again, though, Sete-Camera picking up pole position and then not really scoring many points over the course of the rest of the weekend there. But having a look then at the Drivers' Championship, the gap at the top now down to 47 points. So if Monza was the last weekend of the championship, Nick de Vries would still be in that fight, 48 maximum points in a GP weekend. You know, if we can pull out one extra point over him, over both Monza and Russia over the next couple of weeks, we could be within a shot of wrapping it up before we even get to Abu Dhabi at the end of the championship there. But yeah, de Vries now 18 points clear of Giotto. He seems to be the main man in the title fight there. Sergio Sete-Camera 68 points back there ahead of Antoine Hubert, tied with both Latifi and Jordan King. They're a three-way tie for P5 in the title there, ahead of Louis Delatraz. Jack Aitken and my teammate Sean Galale still just hanging on inside the top 10 there, ahead of Zhou, Matsushita, Correa, Mazepin, Beauchamp, and Eilot there. Boccolacci and Eilot, even I should say, with Calderon, Alesi, and Raghunathan still yet to score. In terms of the team's championships, 3 points still separate ourselves from Dams at the top of the title fight there. We certainly, that is probably what we're pushing for more at the moment in this Formula 2 career mode there. But thank you all so much for watching this video once again. Do get yourself subscribed if you're new around here as well, and you do want to see more of the F2 2019 career mode. And we will be back next week out. It's the Festival of Speed. It's Monza.